Congratulations. You found the Twin Cities Hit Show.
Very well. Where do I begin?
Ladies and gentlemen, can I please have your attention?
Reach for this one.
I'm the program director, Jerry Aldini.
And now, a real hit show.
Well, we have some special programs. We're doing Shakespeare in the Round again this year, of course. Our political roundtable, Henry Kissinger will appear. Yasser Arafat is going to come out, spend a weekend with the kids, just rap with them.
That's amazing. Live from the Twin Cities.
But the real excitement, of course, is going to come at the end of the summer, during Sexual Awareness Week. We import 200 hookers from around the world, and each camper, armed with only a thermos of coffee and $2,000 cash, tries to visit as many countries as he can. And the winner, of course, is named King of Sexual Awareness Week and is allowed to rape and pillage neighboring towns until camp ends.
It's the Twin Cities Hit Show.
Hey, you have a good summer, too, huh?
Let's get this hit show started.
Well, after a cold and dreary half of a Memorial Weekend with the snap of a finger, it's summer.
Yay.
It happened yesterday,
a beautiful day, yes.
On a dime. Minnesota turned on a dime.
We got this.
And yesterday I was worried it was going to be really humid and gross, and it didn't. It turned out to be absolutely beautiful.
I thought I was going to sweat my shirt off at the Twins game, and it was great. We were fortunate. We had good seats at the game under a little awning, so we sat in some shade. And
you needed some shade.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I needed to cool off.
Yeah.
And
you needed some air conditioning yesterday.
The Twins won. Yeah, if you should listen to yesterday's show.
I learned a lot about Mr. Gatenby yesterday.
What did you learn? Because I was trying to learn something.
I learned when you get mad, that redhead in you just flips out. I was like, wow.
I had people comment saying, that was your best show ever.
Don't encourage him. No, we are not doing that. It is too early in the morning for that.
Me so I can block
More
you.
than one person said that was your best show.
Yeah, but in their defense, that was his anger management counselor who makes money off of him.
They're like, yes, please, give some, excise some demons, Gatenby.
Could not even get myself to listen to yesterday's show. I was embarrassed and mortified.
It'll just make you so bad.
Rusty, you're so cute.
But
when you're mad. No, don't hit me. I didn't mean that. I mean, you're cute.
You'll
whenever.
just have to listen to yesterday's show.
We cannot guarantee a blaze like that every morning. Just so you know, it's very difficult.
He genuinely had me flustered. I'm like, what is going on?
I think that was just sometimes, because he, so we're talking about Tim Wick, who's one of our guests yesterday. A local, we'll call him
bastard.
No,
no, come on.
Let's not start again. So actor, improver, so a lot of things
instigator,
like
complete dick.
Yeah. And and just rubbed you the wrong way. Sometimes that's just
was. He wouldn't stop. I was adding
up.
No,
we're going there again.
I was adding it up, and I'm like, what's going on?
You know
I
what?
really felt like this is what I felt like. There's just sometimes you have people that have differing personalities, and I thought he summed it up well. He's like, lesson learned, because he put it on Facebook. Lesson learned. Sometimes you can't poke at people you don't know, kind of thing. So he thought he was playing, and you didn't.
Well,
you didn't.
Here's my frustration was: do I now insult you back because he appeared like a very easy target?
But it would have just,
And I'm like, what do you want me to do here?
And he's not, nobody's an easy target. I think that he would have just come back with some other stuff. You think. What I felt from being on this side of the table with Dawn, the other person, we felt like this would go on all day because he can take it a long time, and you were willing to dish it a long time. So it would have just turned two guys yelling at each other, and we only have so much time in the morning.
And to evidently some folks, that's excellent radio.
Great radio. I'll tell you what, that
felt horrible, and I'm sorry, Tim. I didn't mean.
You look like Jackie Gleason in the Smoking the Bandit when he loses his temper and you scum bum, and all of a sudden his little heart thing goes, Dad, calm down, it's your heart.
You were just yelling so much, I didn't even, it wasn't even coherent after a while. I'm like, did the words just come out or just, run and who are you? Emmys, I've got them. And that was all, that's all I could
people
hear
are like,
eventually.
is he that sensitive about his Emmys? I'm like, no, I'm not, it wasn't.
Insert
any different word, and it was the attitude and the the attack that kept coming. And I was like, take out the word Emmy, put in any other shirt.
Right.
Put in shirt. Put in body sweat. Put in whatever I had going that day.
That's why I think it was just a differing of styles. That's where I saw it. Because you were so bad. You were sweating. You were like red-faced.
I
Your
was
hair
locked and
got
loaded,
redder.
and I did not want to fire my
Your
guns.
hair got redder. I was like, there are literally like heat waves coming up off the top of Dusty's eyebrows. I'm like, because I just like
Rusty, but that's all right.
Do you see these two fingers? These two
Rusty, what did I
fingers.
call? Oh, I'm sorry. I'm
These two-
sorry. I apologize.
These two
No.
fingers were poised over the mute button like an eject button. And I was like, if I
Well,
hit these two and I mute these
According
two,
to certain listeners to the show, you definitely should not mute. Should I ever have again? My goal is I'll only do that every 30 and a half years.
Okay. It can't be good for your health, Rusty.
Unless enough people chime in and go, oh, yeah,
Yeah,
do
that-
more of that.
that's
Oh
good
my
TV
gosh.
because we will instigate the hell out of this boy.
I
If it,
promise it's not going to happen this afternoon as we celebrate
No.
summer. We're kicking off our summer celebration. We're hitting the decks. All hands on deck.
Yay.
yeah.
And the Charthouse is where we're going to kick it off. It sounds like we're going to be there a couple of weeks at least to
Yeah.
the Charthouse.
Nice. Okay.
Yeah, it's they've got a great venue. I was there scoping it out. I've been there before, of
Mm-hmm.
course. But I was there scoping it out, and looks like we're going to be outside under a little portico. It's actually a huge portico, and after we're done, they're going to bring in a live band. And
Is it you two?
it is not you two.
Oh.
I think they had to cancel. But yeah, it's
Maybe next time.
Yeah. So it's going to be a fun show. Come out, meet your fabulous hosts here on the Twin Cities Hit Show. Interact with us. I promise I will buy each and every one of you a water on the rocks.
Being a Wayzata Minnetonka guy, I never ventured down to Lakeville, so I'm excited to see this other deck. I didn't know there were other decks besides Lord Fletcher's, Maynard's, and Bayside.
I will be pre-gaming in my hot tub, conveniently located about 3 miles from there.
And I will be staying well away from your hot tub.
Yeah,
Yeah,
that's probably a good
me
idea.
That
too.
sounds gross.
Yeah, I'm too
Chuck
lazy.
soup sounds
Too
gross.
Oh,
Sounds
this hot tub's really hairy.
I have to figure out what time I leave Minnetonka. What do I
Yeah,
give
I'm
myself?
worried
An
about
hour or
that, too.
two? What do
Yep.
I do here?
To get South Metro, the traffic can get a little heavy in that hour, so I would give yourself a solid from your place.
it's the same
3-4 hours.
time zone, right? Leave my watch.
Yeah. if you get to the Iowa sign,
I've gone
welcome
about
to
2
Iowa,
miles too far.
You are almost there.
I will do the best I can because I had volunteered to help out with BT and Tom's mortgages show this afternoon.
Oh.
So I'm
You
leaving
did
straight
commit
from
to that?
here.
Oh,
Yeah.
you overcommitter.
I did. I'm terrible
say
about
no.
that. I'm not that person. That's how you guys got me on this show, though.
Yeah,
Remember
yeah.
my inability to tell my
Hey,
friends,
Rusty,
no, I can't
let's
do
ask
this.
Shannon. She can't say no.
Right.
You said no to your goddamn hot tub pretty quick.
Well,
was
she's,
like a-
she's not crazy.
That was an aggressive no. An immediate ain't ever going to go there.
That's why I respect her.
What time are you done with the mortgage thing? When is that on?
That's on from 4 to 4:30.
Oh, so
You're
Sound
not
good in the
gonna.
car?
So
You
Rusty
will
and
not make the show. You will
Rusty
not
and
be there.
Rusty and Chuck will be live at the chart.
You think it's gonna be that bad?
Oh, totally.
You're coming
Oh,
from
geez.
where?
You
From
will
here?
not be
Yes,
there.
from here.
From here, you will probably get there about 5:10, 5:50.
Okay.
Your
We'll see what I can
commitment
do.
Was to us.
Yeah.
God, did I say 30 years?
Oh.
Now I'm gonna get mad again.
Dad!
I was hoping it was gonna be 30 years.
Can't get that mad at me. One, I'm much more charming than Tim Whip. You're not gonna get that mad at me.
But-
you can be slightly disappointed in me.
But this is our first.
I'll be there.
You
I'll
won't.
get there. I'll
if
get
you're
there.
doing this show at 4 till 4:30.
Okay, I'll leave a little early
You
and I will get
not
there.
be there. But
Don't
that's all right.
instigate, Chuck.
You scum bum! You scum bum!
I will be there.
Fine.
I will make
We'll
a
have
fantastic.
fun
She's
without
gonna
it.
do
I'll
a
make
great
a
job.
fantastic
You're gonna be
entrance. You know, order me
always
a
do.
drink that'll be prepared when I get there, and
I
I will
will-
I will flourish into the
Flourish.
this afternoon's
Do we
hit
take
show.
35W?
Yeah, you get off at.
South?
Here's the thing: it's rated pretty much 35W and County Road 46,
Okay,
just
so
south
you'll be
of the
fine.
split.
You're going to be, I know how this is going to be. You're going to be at 494 and 35W stopped. And as far as your eye can see at 459,
No,
it's going to be a parking lot.
It jams up a little bit, a little north of the river. You'll be fine. You have Min Pass, don't you?
No.
WTF? WTF?
All right, look, here's how it works this afternoon. Chuck and Rusty will be there at 5. I will be there 5:15.
Yeah.
And we'll just create an expectation.
Yeah.
Look at him just shaking
It's
his head in
fine.
disappointment.
You don't need you.
You don't.
We don't
Rusty,
need
you
you.
don't need me at all.
Phone into that other show.
Hell no, son. We don't need
Talk
you.
on
We got
the
this.
phone to that. Do we need to go over their numbers and our numbers?
Oh, boy.
Oh, I thought it was going to be 30 years. Here I go again.
Why are you so mad? It'll be
Because
one
our
time.
commitment was to us. This is our big thing.
I'll be there. I'll make up for it.
You're gonna be there
I'll
late.
So, yeah,
You're
I'll
gonna
be
So,
late.
on tomorrow's show of Argument, we will discuss abortion and religion.
Stevie Ray is going to be there. He's like a legend, right?
Yes.
In this market.
He's all right.
Local
He's
improv
not my
legend.
favorite. He's
Mhm.
not
Here's
my
a little
favorite.
bit of Stevie Ray.
Minnesota. Who's not from here? Where from? Wisconsin is not another state, ma'am. That's a suburb of our state. Okay? We use it for cheese and to get to Chicago, and that's all. I can look around and instantly tell married guys from guys who are dating. Okay? See the difference between 13 years, 39 years, and 2 months? He's still trying to be cool. These guys just don't care anymore. Oh, look at him over there. He's like Arnold Schwarzenegger. I will buy all your drinks for you. He's sitting up really straight, and he's got a cool shirt on, and he's actually pretty cool and everything. 39 years, he is just watching the show. Yeah, if there was enough chairs, he would lay the hell down.
How long? He's according to the bit I heard, he started when he was 9 years old. How long has he been? Well, I guess we'll find out this afternoon.
Right.
Forever. Yeah. He's Joe Lovett is a Stevie Ray guy, our guest last week. So
Part of their troupe.
yeah.
Yeah. But so Stevie Ray has found a way to market his name
Yeah.
and become a business.
Yeah. Well, you know
Well,
what's
yeah, because
interesting?
he does have his improv troupe. He
Yeah.
also does a lot of corporates and colleges
Yeah.
and performs, for a wide variety of audiences.
Scott Hansen was a name who did stuff.
Yeah. Well, what's
like
interesting
that,
about
right?
Stevie Ray, if you Google, his real name is Steven. Yeah.
I'm starting the show
I
with
do
just
feel
Chuck
like,
today.
No wonder
Is
you're
that what
mad
I'm
at me.
doing?
Water on the rocks for everyone.
Just Chuck, really? That's what I'm doing? Well, enjoy that.
You call and tell him you can do that.
Oh,
that-
I will give
you
him the
can do
number.
The
I'll tell
dad
him now.
thing. You can do the dad
I'm
thing and
like,
call and say she's not allowed to come and like
She
flip out.
overcommitted.
You
We
can-
have a big special summer celebration at the Charthouse in Lakeville this afternoon at 5 o'clock.
People on Twitter are like, it's going to take you like 2 hours to get there from Minneapolis. They're like already harassing me on Twitter because I'm
It
an
is.
optimist. I'm an optimist.
You got to reschedule with them or do it on the phone. Call in.
Okay, let me see what I can do.
Oh.
Because I will tell you this. I do appreciate the fact that you two are like, you act like I'm important and that you seem concerned because it probably would bother me more if you're like, we don't care if you come, don't come then. So, I mean, that's nice. I didn't do that. Yeah, I didn't do that I didn't do that intentionally. See, you like me, you really like me. I was just trying to be nice to multiple people. Like, be everywhere at once.
Tom seems very nice.
Yeah.
But screw him. He'll survive. He's got Brian Turner, who hasn't returned our calls.
That was
has he?
okay. I will tell you. Okay, so the the text message that he
That's
gave me.
another- Brian Turner has blown us off.
Here's the text message that I got from yesterday. Can you join us in the Mortgages and BS tomorrow afternoon at 4 p.m. half-hour show? I'll return the favor ASAP on TCHS. And so I thought I was helping all of us because then he's going to come on our show. You don't seem like that's enough. So they mentioned our show in the request. So it seemed like in
We got a big show tomorrow. We're kicking off the summer tomorrow.
Yeah,
in
summer.
the
We've been
sake
building
of
toward this.
In the sake of reciprocity, it seemed like, okay, it'll work out for everybody. I will help them, and then they will help out us.
Yeah, we don't need their help.
We don't need anybody. Look at us.
We got a deck show at the Charthouse. We're going to have a fun summer.
Don't be a deck. Come to our show.
I'm going to be there.
I'm kidding. You're going to be there.
All right. So this is just going to be an abbreviated show this morning since we're working a double shift and we got things to do this afternoon. I got to put some more stuff together for this afternoon show.
Cool.
What else?
I think there's lots of stuff about this
Gotta get some
afternoon we can talk
sunblock.
about.
What should we wear? We should coordinate outfits. I just think we should wear something fun.
I'm
and
wearing
tight
what I
and
already
summery.
have on. This is what you will see this
I
afternoon.
might wear
as well.
shirts instead of this.
But I mean, I think there were lots of stories to talk about last night, including the continuation of the Pedal Pub saga.
Oh, my
I think
What's going on with
talking
that?
about
Why is
that.
it- how's that?
Because
Star
people
Trip?
won't let it die.
They
next,
won't.
That kind of thing.
Yeah, there's they're now called the Pedal Pub 5. They're similar to the Seattle 6 from the Big Lebowski. And
Where's this? How is the story continuing?
well, the Star Trib put out a funny cartoon.
Okay.
So I didn't see the article that went with it, but someone had posted the cartoon.
And those water balloon terrorists, have they gone to court yet or anything?
No, that's.
No
I mean,
one's
it's
gone to court. I
misdemeanor
think
charges.
that's why they're pulling it along. Is that it's the sense until everybody finishes the investigations and whether it's going to get escalated or not.
Yeah.
Then there's just more mileage to be had out
And
of it.
I think I need to clarify my point when we first talked about it. I don't think what they did was correct. I just think the way they were restrained was excessive.
Fair enough.
And should the water balloon or water pistol people had gotten away, big deal. Still call the cops. You don't have to put your knee on the back of their neck as if they were armed with weapons.
Fair enough.
That was my point.
Okay.
I thought you guys are going ballistic over water balloons.
Point of law. An on-duty police officer has full powers of arrest. An off-duty police officer out of their city for a misdemeanor does not have power of arrest, but they are a citizen, and any citizen can make a citizen's arrest.
Excessive force, though?
Well,
But you
can
don't.
make-
I mean,
well, I don't know what led up to that.
I'll break your arm.
That
I
might have
think
been a little excessive.
I'll break your arm,
just
he screams.
here's what I think is
Let
a
me
good.
finish. Wait, I'm going to get my point of law.
Okay.
Hold on, sorry. So, any citizen can make an arrest and use reasonable force to effect the arrest if there is not opposition. What's the word I'm looking for? Resistance. So, in other words, if they say, stay here, you're under arrest, even though I'm a citizen, the people have to stay there. And if they don't stay there, you can use force to take them down.
But
Well,
not
that's
excessive
scary.
sports.
No.
Just
But
like
now
you
the
can't-
question is what
just
is
like
excessive.
you can't do a high-speed chase
Right,
through a
right.
neighborhood. You have to break off a chase
No.
when it's dangerous.
Yeah, yes and no. Yeah.
Where's the no
See,
in
all
that?
of this is scary
It's
to me. That people
subjective.
can
It's
just
subjective.
automatically do whatever they
It's
want.
not. You can't go through neighborhoods. It's, you have to. It's based on policy.
The videotape showed excessive force based on the misdemeanor crime.
Maybe, but we don't know. All we know is what we saw. Now, again, I'm walking the fence on this. I see both sides of it, and I think both sides were wrong. However, a snippet of video that we saw, we don't know what led up to that. So we're making a lot of suppositions if we say
You're
using
implying that there was more beyond a water gun in a balloon.
There could
Well, there
have
may have
been.
been. There may have been active resistance.
That would have come out by now.
But
there
it's-
was no guns or switchblades.
But we're talking
I'm
about
not
the
saying that,
videotape
but
as
you
a
don't
piece
know
of
how
evidence.
aggressively
Yeah.
that they were fighting back too. So
Oh.
it did get to a physical.
Yes.
I
And
mean,
if-
I'm just from just pure physicality.
Yeah.
And if we're going to use the videotape as the piece of evidence, let's stick with the videotape. And you're saying what you saw in the videotape looked excessive, but I'm saying we don't
Yeah.
know what led up to the moment where it probably was, in my opinion, but based on the point of facts of law,
Right.
the evidence we have is that we have someone kneeling on someone to hold them down. And my guess would be there was some level of resistance.
on their neck and head.
Yeah, well,
Can I just say,
we
from
use that
a
all the
lessons
time.
learned side of things,
Yeah.
that this is, you people, if you want to go and instigate something, don't assume that whoever you are instigating to can't
Yes.
beat you up.
Right.
That's just kind of,
Right.
and that might
But
be,
that doesn't mean the person who beats you up is correct in his excessive
Oh, no, you
force.
might be both wrong, but
Yeah.
I'm just saying if you think that, hey, this is harmless and there won't be any repercussions, you don't know that, and I think that that's how things obviously get escalated. You go, wait, how did we get here so quickly? But that's reality these days. You can get, yes, it was a harmless prank, but what if one of these people had been super crazy and had a gun or a knife or something?
Right, then
You
have
that
at
kind
it.
of thing.
But that's evidently not what happened.
No,
or
I mean,
think
what
we
if
would-
even one of the people on the pedal pup had even been more
Oh, I
crazy,
see.
and you
Yeah,
think it's just a harmless prank?
Yeah.
Don't presume that you're safe. So if you're that brave, you just never know what you're putting your foot into.
I'd like to think, even though, unless I was pedal pubbing with Miami's, then get some! Walk away from me! Got Miami wet! Get Miami wet!
You take them on a little field
I
trip
do.
every once in a while.
Now and then.
Come on, guys,
Oh,
let's go.
they'll be at the deck show today.
That'd be nice.
Junior, get my head! You scum bum! Quit scrubbing your
That should be our set pieces. You should just bring all your
I'll bring
Emmys
my
and we'll bring them. Even if you don't bring them themselves, we'll take a really nice photograph and make a backdrop.
Oh, okay.
That has our logo and then your Emmys in the backdrop every time we go someplace.
I'll have to have a stopwatch because you can only look at Miami for less than 10 seconds. Then you have to avert your eyes.
It's like a solar eclipse.
Yeah.
You watch it through one of those cardboard box viewers.
Right. So last night, this is kind of sad news. This is music from U2 last night in concert. They've kicked off their U.S. tour this summer. So far, not coming to Minnesota. Did you hear their tour manager of 30 years died last night?
Oh, no.
Yeah, so they went out with the show and they dedicated the last song to him, and they had images of him and all that. But as far
Didn't
as
one of the band members, their father passed away
they've had a lot of
recently,
tragedies.
and that's sad. Yeah.
In fact, here's some of the tragedies.
In Los Angeles last night, U2 closed out a sold-out performance with a tribute to their tour manager.
It takes a lot to put on a show like tonight, and last night we lost a member of our family.
Sheehan died early Wednesday morning at the Sunset Marquis Hotel in West Hollywood after suffering cardiac arrest. Sheehan's death is the second the band has had to deal with this month. Just days before U2 kicked off its Innocence and Experience tour, drummer Larry Mullen Jr.'s father passed away in Ireland. It was Mullen's dad who persuaded his son to put a notice on the school board in 1976 seeking musicians to play with, leading to the birth of U2. Mullen talked about it for a story on Sunday morning.
I know you lost somebody in your family very close to you.
Still
So
pretty
close.
raw.
And if you don't want to go there,
yeah.
please.
But I mean, all I would say to you is that notice on the board was, I'd love to take credit for that, but it was actually my father's idea. And although he and I had a difficult relationship in the early years, he was my greatest advocate and supporter.
U2's latest tour almost ended on its first night in Vancouver when The Edge went over the edge.
There's video of him falling off stage. It's
And I
what
did
more
giggle at that.
What more can happen?
I shouldn't have giggled at that. As somebody who's on stage, that's bad stage karma for me to laugh at somebody when they fall. But he's fine. It was like it was rock and roll.
And then, of course, Bono had a bike crash that he can no longer play guitar. The whole
Right.
tour was never going to happen at one point. But so that's very sad news for the guys. You work with someone for 30 years, and that's got to hit home. I'm sure they're still processing. It's very cool that they immediately, though, incorporated the death into their stage.
Yeah.
I mean, into their tour. And then, of course, they did a tribute to B.B. King when he died because they worked with B.B. King.
Special occasion for anyone who loves the blues.
The band has just been dealing with lots and lots of tragedy in a short span.
That the world gets to say goodbye to the great B.B. King.
When did B.B. King die? Like a week or two ago?
Right.
Yeah.
And that story is getting weirder too.
Really?
Uh-oh.
Yeah. Because his daughters are now saying that he might have possibly been poisoned.
What?
Yes, and so they're now looking into that even more. So.
I'm surprised that a man who was in his 80s and overweight for a long stretch, dealing with diabetes, lived as long as he did.
No kidding.
But why would anyone want to poison him?
Right. I mean, that's what they're saying now, is that maybe it might have been some people that were close to him that were trying to hasten things, and they may have been poisoned, and so now they're looking into it. And it's getting weirder.
Some
It's
inheritance
getting weirder. Yeah.
connection?
I'm not sure yet, because it's there. They just started that, and the story came out day before yesterday.
Wow, that's too bad. I hope that's not true.
No.
Like the Casey Kasem ugliness that
Right.
went on.
Yeah.
Good
Yeah,
Lord.
Isn't it weird when these celebrities get, like Robert, no, not Beretta, what's his name? The little short guy who was on Beretta.
Oh, Robert Blake.
Yeah, killed his wife.
okay.
Or the questions about William Shatner drowning his wife. And, I mean, there's just craziness that,
All the way back to Robert Wagner and Natalie
Oh,
Wood.
yes. Yeah, exactly. In my height of my depression and all the crap I went through over the last year, I remember I was pretty much crying as I walked in to do a set. And
do you want to hug one of my Emmys?
I want to do other things. Actually, I have. You need a towel.
They're short and pointy. You don't want to do that.
Trust me, I know.
Hug them carefully.
Yeah. So, but thinking about you too, getting up, making these tributes to these people that mean so much to them, then getting out and doing a kick-ass set.
I know.
That's what that reminded. I remember literally, I was about to go up a joke joint for one of those little 5-minute showcases, and I was in tears right before that. I was like, "You can't go up. No, I got this. I need this." Wiped the tears away, get up on the stage, and kicked ass, and had just a wonderful set, and left like I needed that. Now, granted, if the set goes south, you probably feel worse after, but it hasn't happened yet. It's therapeutic, so I get what U2 is doing. I think that is just
And I think
cool.
that, I mean, when you hear some stars that cancel at if they're like, oh, I have a tickle in my throat, and they just cancel. But then you have somebody like U2 that if for any of these reasons, you could see why they would cancel, and they still don't.
Yeah.
I mean, because they are so huge that I don't think anybody would fault them for saying, no, we're not going to do it.
Well, when Brian Epson died, the Beatles, that was the beginning of the end for
Right.
the Beatles when their manager died. So, yeah. Behind-the-scenes managers play a big role, and this guy was with U2 for 30 years. Wow. Liam Neeson, he lost his wife, Natasha Richardson, like back in 2009.
Yeah.
And he has an interesting story about how Bono helped him.
Well, I was going to say the best part about this is we know he always finds people that he's lost.
Oh, he hasn't found his...
So Taken 4 is not coming out based on this real story of him finding his wife.
Here's how Bono helped Liam. And he had a 13-year-old son at the time who, that's got to be crushing to lose your mom when you're 13. But listen to this.
I'm name dropping for a second. Bono was a pal, and he came round to have a dinner. And I remember he was sitting beside Michael, and just out of the blue, he said, "What age are you, Michael?" And Michael said, 13. I said, "Yeah, that's the age I was when I lost my mum." That was it. And I could have kissed him for it. He was like saying, you know, I lost my mum at this age, and I'm doing okay. And you will do okay too, you know?
Very cool, just to know what to say. So
that is cool.
Yeah.
I love you too.
Yeah.
This makes you like them more.
Yeah.
You know, I think this,
Yeah.
They wind up this leg of the U.S. tour in July in New York, and then they head overseas. But the last go-around, we got U2 at TCF Stadium 2.5 years into the tour. So I'm saying it ain't over yet.
It could happen.
I
Their
think
tours aren't like four locations. They keep going.
I think on the swing around, we may hopefully get them back in town. And if you've never seen them in concert, I highly recommend going. And
Oh, I can't even imagine what that show's like. I've seen Tim Mahoney do YouTube, so pretty close. pretty close.
Yes. Yes, it is.
Yeah.
All right, so... Oh, I have one more thing I wanted to talk about, get advice. I don't know about you guys, but and I thought about this today because now I got the windows down. Every time I get off the exit on 35W, no, I'm not getting angry.
Always going to freak out.
Jeez, a guy freaks out once in his 30-year career. And then the Pre-DeckShow, so twice.
A guy breaks one soundboard in frustration.
Now, there's always a different person asking for money at that ramp there.
Okay.
Today, it appeared to be someone who actually it seemed to be having withdrawals because his cardboard sign was shaking. And I had promised myself a long time ago that I would always give to someone that I see with a sign. But I was running out. Today, I had no cash.
Right.
And so it's been costing me like $5 to $10 every time I take this exit. And my thought is, is this guy just going to go run into the first liquor store?
I don't think that's your concern. You decide that you're going to give the money because you feel like that's the right thing to do, is to assist, and you can't think that hard about it.
I will never turn. If someone says I can it holds a hand out, I give them something.
If I have it, then because I don't always have cash on me either. But I'm very fortunate. For me, I look at it as what am I supposed to do is the right thing on my side, and I can't justify that. But you don't have to. I don't feel guilty when I can't, kind of thing, because I don't know what the situation is.
My window was down. I think I had KDWV on. I made sure to have eye contact. I don't want to ignore the person.
Right.
I said, hang in there.
Yeah, because
I had no money.
Yeah, if you don't have any money, you don't have any money. But I gave money to a lady yesterday because I'm sitting there and I'm stuck in traffic and didn't mean to get stuck in traffic. And it helps me keep perspective because I'm like, well, look, I'm in my car. I'm not the one who's with a sign that's saying, "Hey, struggling mom." Anything will help. Oh, and so if I have something to give,
my income currently has taken a huge kick to the crotch.
Right.
So the money that I'm now giving is money I could be using, but I see them go, unless they're bullshitting me. And there are stories about these.
There are stories.
And that stuff happens.
They put down their sign and they walk over to their car and they drive to their apartment that,
And I just look at it this way. I'm like, that's what you choose to do is your job? Well, that's on you, kind of thing. I choose to go. I think that I'm, I hope that I really am helping somebody, and I put it out to the universe that way. I don't, because you would just beat yourself up all the time. But
we were in Chicago a couple of winters ago, and we were at the House of Blues, and we'd just come out, and a guy was like, can you spare a couple of bucks? Can you spare a couple of bucks? I just need to catch the bus home. My car is, on the fritz, and I just needed a bus ride home. And he was right in front of the bus stop. And I go, all right, how much do you need? What's going to get you home? And he's like, I think it's going to be like $5. I go, here's 10. Mm-hmm. He goes, thank you, man. And walked away from the bus stop. And I'm like, whoa. where are you going? He goes, thanks, man. I go, the bus stop is right here. And he smiles and waves and keeps walking away. And I'm like, you...
Fine, yeah, but see, I've given people my, and here's how I decide whether I'm going to give. There's been times where I'm going, no, it's not safe for me to take my wallet out to give them money, or I can't. So I think through that things too. I don't feel like I need to put myself out to the point that I'm making it an unsafe environment. But, if you feel like, feel led to give them a couple bucks, I don't see anything wrong with that.
You look a little stabby and paranoid schizophrenic to me.
Yes.
I'm just going
to keep walking.
I must be able to run warrant checks on those people. That was like shooting fish in a barrel. Hit my quota today. I'll have your sign in the property room when you get released, sir.
Well, and the guy who was with goes, are you kidding? Don't give money to these people. They're
not
always,
though.
blah blah blah.
No,
and then this guy does exactly that right in front of us.
Right, and some of them probably are, but you don't know. You don't know because some of them. I mean, that is a sad thing, and I just always hope for the best. So,
fine. And it's funny. There's at the exit here off 35W. There'll be like 4 weeks of one character, and then he's gone. And then there's a new person.
Right.
Like the guy today was a new person. And I'm always wondering, what happened?
Yeah. Hey, could we see some of those homeless people and see if they could hold up signs saying the Alive and Social South Side Studios needs new effing batteries for the keyboard and mouse? I'm about to lose my shit! Now the keyboard died.
Your keyboard died?
Yeah, first the mouse.
Are we off the air?
Yeah, I know. But the keyboard, I can't type.
Okay.
Which is...
You couldn't type anyway.
Are we going to be able to close this abbreviated hit show?
Fine.
I have a mouse.
Yes, so he's okay.
All right.
Look at him, just freaking out. It's a good thing it's a short show. It's it's a good way to ease back into this whole routine. A short show this morning.
I love you too.
Reasonable expectations.
I'm so sedate right now.
Chuck and I will be at the Charthouse at 5 o'clock. Big show coming up today live at 5 o'clock from the Charthouse. We're kicking off the Summer Deck series. First the Charthouse.
I'll be there.
Then
I'll tell BT I can't make it.
Don't hold your breath. Just shout it might be there.
I'll text it right now.
We're taking bets right now. We'll shout it be there.
I'm typing it.
Chuck, what do you hit? $20 is
I can't. I got to hit a homeless guy for the $20. I can't bet right now.
I'm typing it right now. Rusty is whining. I can't come this afternoon.
See? I just won $20.
Yeah, see? It's all good.
Some Twitter activity I want to comment on. First of all, Holly, it says it's going to take you a while out of your location, Shannon.
I'm handling it.
She's been down there before. I can just, if you know what I'm saying. Also, Kimberly J. Peterson, a big fan of ours, says, what's a podcast?
So she's not listening to the show?
Yeah.
How did you get the tweet?
We got a mention from Kimberly J. at QuickCat, at QUICCAT says, be live and social for the first live podcast at the Charthouse. What's a podcast?
I ask that every goddamn day. A podcast, if you're listening to the Twin Cities Hit Show, it's going to be a lot of fun this afternoon.
Yeah.
Weather's great. We've been waiting all winter long to celebrate, and that's what we're going to do.
Oh, my God.
Kicking off the deck show today.
I'm going to leave at noon so I can be there on time and not have Rusty get mad at me, because I've seen what that looks like. I do not want to incur your wrath.
All right.
I honestly, look, oofa, Rusty, I'm in the process of texting it right now.
Right.
So we'll be good. It's going to be a fun time.
All right. Are we ready? Have we done enough?
Yes.
Yeah, we think we've done enough.
Let's
damage.
pack this thing up and head south. Let's head down to the lake, to Lakeville. We'll see you live this afternoon at 5 o'clock.
The Charthouse in Lakeville. Hey, Rusty, grab my spare underwear, will ya?